going on, everybody? This is Drew from Drew Story News, and today I am not going to be long at all. Pretty much just playing a video. I was going to just put the video up on its own, but since this is the podcast channel, I'm going to do a little podcast including the video. Figured that'd be a better idea. And I made this video because I was on Oddcast TV, Odd TV, with Matt and Melody. I was very thankful to be asked on to that show, and we had a great conversation last night about many things, but Operation Dark Winter. What is Operation Dark Winter? Operation Dark Winter is one of the many weird things that our government was up to. This was in 2001. June 2001, where they did a simulation of a smallpox outbreak. And, this was a very interesting year, 2001. They were trying to expose the flaws in the emergency systems, and they were working towards something, because right after that, in October, anthrax came out. Right before that, 9/11 happened. So they were very interested in emergency response for some strange reason. I don't know. They were always interested in viruses, in creating viruses and providing the cure. We kind of see this pattern. We discussed last night that, there's this Operation Dark Winter. And akin to that, there's all these scenarios like in the Rockefeller Foundation Operation Lockstep, where they're going over scenarios for pandemics, and they are talking about the use of PPE, the use of masks, the use of temperature checks, everything that they're doing right now. They've been talking about this just for like scenario, we're just simulating, running simulations, that's all. But we discussed last night how you can see the Hegelian dialectic at work, where they're interested in creating the problem, viruses, procuring the reaction in the public, and then boom, wouldn't you know it, they have the solution, which is usually inoculation. These particular jabs, I'm not going to talk too much because it's kind of hot right now, but these particular jabs, we were also talking about what could possibly be in them and what they could possibly be doing to people neurologically, that may have been a part of their diabolical plan all along. And, just talking. We're not medical doctors. We're not scientists. We're just a bunch of people talking, food for thought. So what I'm going to do is play the video that I made last night. For decades, the powers that be have been working on viruses with the intention of providing the cures via inoculation. Operation Dark Winter was the code name for a senior-level bioterrorist attack simulation conducted June 22nd to 23rd, 2001.
Good evening. We interrupt our regular programming to return to Southwest Medical Center and continuing coverage of the outbreak of a mystery sickness. Earlier today, hospital officials said they were admitting patients with symptoms that seem to be severe adult chickenpox. But now we have new information. We go to Andy Field outside Southwest Medical Center. Good evening, Andy. What can you tell us?
Sheila, we've been moved to an isolated area behind the hospital. And off the record, doctors here suspect that at least 5 patients hospitalized at Southwest may have smallpox. Now, for those of us who don't remember the disease, it is a deadly virus. We haven't seen it in this country in at least 20 years. Now, if this proves to be true, we could have a very serious health emergency on our hands. But officially, the hospital will not confirm or deny that diagnosis.
And the problem is we don't have enough vaccine to go around.
Meaning we don't have enough vaccine for the United States?
Well, I would like to think that, but we don't have sufficient stockpiles for the people in Oklahoma, Georgia, or Pennsylvania, much less for the entire United States population.
Well, that certainly doesn't sound encouraging. What do you mean exactly?
Angie, it means it could be a very dark winter for America.
And now with COVID-19, many people feel that the results of Operation Dark Winter is here.
Our smallpox for an intentionally caused thing, that there was a simulation called Dark Winter that didn't come out very well, i.e. smallpox scored 1 and humanity scored 0.
Vice President Biden, your reaction, and just 40% of Americans say they would definitely agree to take a coronavirus if it was approved by the government. What steps would you take to give Americans confidence if it were approved?
Make sure it's totally transparent. Have the scientists of the world see it, know it, look at it, go through all the processes. And by the way, this is the same fellow who told you this is going to end by Easter last time. This is the same fellow who told you that, don't worry, we're going to end this by the summer. We're about to go into a dark winter. A dark winter.
Their morale is low. Funding is going to help through this dark winter we're about to have.
There were other
ongoing.
I said in March it was going to be a long, dark winter. We're still in that long, dark winter.
Unless we all recommit to the common sense measures that got us past the first horrendous months of this pandemic, we are in for a long, dark winter.
And it could be the darkest winter in modern history.
Truthfully, we remain in a very dark winter. Infection rates are up 34%.
So yeah, interesting stuff. On the main channel, I have a few things coming out. Another Bill Cosby video, a first R. Kelly video, to kind of explain to people the new COINTELPRO shenanigans that we are seeing, where they have these, public lynchings and kangaroo courts. I mean, believe what you want to believe, but there's something amiss where there's these straight to TV, lynchings that, I'm going to break all that down, and it's not going to be soon. So please don't ask. It's not going to be soon because I'm knee deep in many, 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 many things. My main business is voiceover acting, and I'm in demand right now with audiobooks and things of that nature. And I have a music project coming up, a few music projects coming up. For those that don't know, I'm a professional musician. I've been writing for labels, dance and house music labels, but for years. But now I'm doing a different venture of my own stuff. Working with singers for an album, so I'll be busy with that. And I kind of want to wait for those videos because right now the jab conversation is hot right now. Nobody's worried about certain things right now, and I want to wait for the right time as well. So those things will be forthcoming. But right now in New York City, it's really wild right now because we have the Kathy Hochul, who is, I believe, an insane woman that should not be in leadership at all. She's bonkers. She wasn't elected. And I was explaining last night that she was backdoored in. She was, not elected governor. And she's kind of the new type of politician that I believe that they're trying to normalize. These insane people that just follow agendas. They don't give a damn what the people think. She doesn't give a damn that there's people protesting all over her city. She speaks like she's a lunatic, and she was wearing a vaxxed chain, and she was speaking and prophesying, but she was just, unhinged. You could just tell, look at her face and see that something's off with this woman. She's not all right. She's not all there. And she was telling people that God brought us the inoculations and that we need to do this. And she was telling the congregation that, you guys are the smart ones because you got inoculated. So we know you guys are the smart ones. Wasn't even pretending to be diplomatic. Wasn't pretending to acknowledge her constituents that are of the other side of the fence, that feel differently, that want to protect their medical autonomy. She just had blatant disregard for those constituents, and she talks like she's insane. She should not be, governor, mayor. She just shouldn't be in leadership. But I think this is the type of politician that they're trying to normalize. They don't give a damn about you. The powers that be are making their turn against the people. And these are the politicians that they want, following the agenda. They don't give a damn. She is firing people. She's letting people be fired. There's protests, and she's just on the mission. She's not caring what people are thinking or feeling in her city. She does not care about the growing uprising. She's just like, yeah, you know, we gotta get you jabbed. We gotta get more people jabbed. And she just kind of has that nothing behind her eyes look, where she's just kind of, you know, not all there. And we have a lot of work to do. We have a revolution on the rise. Across the country, we have Gavin Newsom just declared that all the children will be inoculated with the COVID jabs. And he just kind of said it smoothly. They've turned on you. The politicians have turned on us, guys. And even the normiest of normies, I said last night, are starting to at least have to admit that something's off, something's not right. This isn't good. This is a turn again. This is not about COVID, and I think a lot of people who are sound of mind are starting to realize, yeah, this is kind of an agenda that they're going full speed ahead with. They're lying, they're exaggerating, they're doing all sorts of things. They're deeply immersed in propaganda, pushing and promoting the jabs every day, relentless with fraudulent stories that if you really dig deep and pull them apart, you realize it's you know, more BS that they're trying to propagandize the people with. But we do have a segment of society that just believes everything that comes on TV, and they believe Fauci, they believe their politicians, and we have to contend with that. So solution is all about the mind. How do we fight this? First, as individuals, by not complying, standing in your square, not going for this. You know, I've had a hard time being around people who just don't understand why I take certain stances, why I don't bend, why I don't just follow behind like mindless lemmings. I stand my ground. And we're in an era of where we are going to need to employ some civil disobedience. So the revolution and the solution starts with yourself and the mind. Regain your mind. Reject all the nonsense and the programming that they're pumping us with on TV, and you know, the authorities, quote unquote authorities, propagandizing us. Regain your mind and stand your ground. Those of you who got fired, stand in your integrity. It's going to be rough. Not going to lie, it's going to be rough for a while, but this is the right side of history. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. And, you know, the revolution is going to come for their neck. They're ethically in the wrong. All these lawsuits, all these cases are going to come up. All these adverse reaction cases are going to come up. This is going to be bad for them in the end. But today, stand your ground and regain your mind, and we will get through this. Don't let them divert you. Don't let them simplify you. Don't let them suck your energy. Don't let them coerce you, pressure you, scare or intimidate you. Take control over your mind and stand in your power. As I said, this was going to be a short one today. Until the next one, guys, be well.